Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Heath Ledger. A brilliant talent gone too soon. Heath Ledger remains one of the most celebrated and enigmatic actors of his generation, an artist whose career, though tragically brief, left an indelible imprint on cinema. Known for his fearlessness, emotional depth, and total immersion into character, Ledger's work continues to influence actors and filmmakers more than a decade after his passing. Early life and rise to stardom. Heath Andrew Ledger was born on April 4, 1979, in Perth, Western Australia. From a young age, he demonstrated a natural affinity for performing. He and his sister, Kate, would often stage plays together, sparking his early passion for acting. At just 16, Ledger left school and moved to Sydney to pursue a professional acting career. His early roles in Australian television, including Sweat and Home and Away, gave him visibility. But it was his move to Hollywood that catalyzed his rise. Ledger's breakthrough came with the teen comedy 10 Things I Hate About You, 1999, where his charisma and sly humor captivated global audiences and established him as a rising heartthrob. Breaking out of the heartthrob mold, determined not to be boxed into teen idol roles, Ledger deliberately pursued complex and unconventional characters. He proved his range with performances in films like The Patriot, 2000, opposite Mel Gibson, and A Knight's Tale, 2001, where he balanced action, romance, and comedy with natural ease. By the mid-2000s, Ledger had begun gravitating toward more dramatic, emotionally nuanced roles. His portrayal of outlaw Ned Kelly in Ned Kelly, 2003, and his performance in Lords of Dogtown, 2005, cemented his reputation as a serious actor willing to take risks. A defining performance. Brokeback Mountain. Ledger's role as Ennis Del Mar in Ang Lee's Brokeback Mountain, 2005, marked a dramatic turning point in his career. His haunting, restrained portrayal of a ranch hand grappling with forbidden love earned him universal acclaim. Ledger's ability to express deep emotional turmoil through subtle gestures and silence set a new standard for cinematic performance. He earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, becoming one of the youngest performers ever recognized in the category. Critics hailed his work as one of the finest performances of the decade. The Joker. A transformation for the ages. Ledger's most iconic role came in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, 2008. His portrayal of the Joker, a chilling, anarchic force of chaos, redefined the character and set a new benchmark for villainy in cinema. To prepare, Ledger secluded himself, experimenting with the character's voice, gestures, and psychology. The result was a performance that was electrifying, unsettling, and completely transformative. Ledger's Joker was not a comic book caricature but a terrifying, unpredictable embodiment of chaos. His work earned him a posthumous Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, making him one of the few performers in history to win an Oscar after their death. Artistic exploration. Beyond acting outside of film, Ledger was deeply involved in photography, music videos, and creative direction. He collaborated with musicians such as Ben Harper and Modest Mouse and had begun directing short films and music videos before his passing. His creative ambitions suggested a future in filmmaking that would have extended far beyond acting. Tragic loss and enduring legacy. On January 22, 2008. Ledger died at age 28 from an accidental prescription drug overdose, shocking the world. His death cut short a career that many believed was only just reaching its full potential. Yet Ledger's legacy continues to grow. His performances, especially in Brokeback Mountain and The Dark Knight, are studied in acting schools and referenced as examples of commitment, craft, and emotional truth. He is remembered not just as a gifted actor, but as a fearless artist who brought depth and humanity to every role. Conclusion: Heath Ledger's impact on cinema is immeasurable. In just a decade of international stardom, he created a body of work that stands alongside the greatest actors of the modern era. His performances remain alive, powerful, haunting, and unforgettable, ensuring that Heath Ledger will forever be remembered as a brilliant talent lost too soon, but never forgotten. A deeply immersive actor, Heath Ledger's approach to acting was famously immersive. Colleagues often described him as an intense, intuitive performer who sought psychological truth in every role. He was known for carrying notebooks filled with character notes, sketches, and pieces of dialogue, an early example of the process he would later refine for the Joker. Ledger gravitated toward characters who wrestled with internal conflict or emotional contradictions. He once said he was drawn to roles that scared him, believing that discomfort pushed him toward greater artistic honesty. This fearlessness allowed him to transform himself repeatedly, becoming cowboys, knights, outlaws, junkies, and anarchists with equal conviction. Collaborative spirit and set presence. Despite the seriousness of his craft, Ledger was beloved on set for his warmth and sense of play. Co-stars often spoke of his generosity and ability to create a relaxed environment even during demanding shoots. Directors valued his ideas, as Ledger was not only a performer but a natural storyteller who contributed creatively to scenes and character arcs. In films like Candy, 2006, where he played a poet struggling with addiction, Ledger worked closely with co-star Abby Cornish to shape the emotional rhythm of the story. Their chemistry and mutual trust resulted in one of Ledger's most raw and heartbreaking performances. Unrealized projects and directorial aspirations. Ledger's artistic ambitions extended well beyond acting. In his 20s, he became increasingly interested in directing, experimenting with short films, music videos, and conceptual art. Among his projects, he directed several well-received music videos, including works for Ben Harper and Australian hip-hop artists. He collaborated with the band Modest Mouse on a haunting, animated video for their track, King Rat, which was released posthumously. He planned to direct a feature film adaptation of The Queen's Gambit long before the novel became a global hit through its Netflix series. Friends described Ledger as a restless creative, constantly drawing, writing, photographing, or brainstorming ideas. Many believe that if he had lived, he would have become a significant director, someone with a unique and experimental voice. Personal life: a private soul in a public world. Despite international fame, Ledger remained deeply private. He preferred simple pleasures, surfing, chess, photography, and
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.